Hey gang, it's Joe Bell. Welcome back here. We are talking about 30 days to your next real estate investment, whether it's your first or just your next. We're going over some of the different activities and concepts of getting to a position where you're acquiring real estate in the next 30 days. What you see here is my mind map that goes through basically my brain on the screen. I didn't pull out all the fun for you, but just the majority of stuff that you might be interested in. And again, you can download this map at any time. It's $9. It gets everything that's included here. So all of our spreadsheets, insights, tips, tricks, strategies, contracts, everything that goes with jumping into real estate investment within 30 days. So as we're going through, we're basically saying these are the items that you need to cover. Here's what we go through on day 1, day 2, day 3, and now we're jumping on to day 4, which is a fun conversation. One of my, it's a very love-hate relationship when we have to start talking about contractors. Sometimes you have really, really good ones, and it's a matter of just keeping them on point. Other times you have contractors that are not so good. Again, I'm like being super PC. Contractors that suck, and it's just a pain in the ass, and it can really, really impact your project if you're doing like a fix and flip or fix and hold. And most importantly, it impacts your money, right? So this is an extremely important part of the process, and I just want to highlight some of the pieces that we go through when considering contractors and how to find them and the process and everything along those lines. And when we typically have about 1.5 to 2 million in investments at any given time, and that doesn't always equate to having the same contractor on each job, right? So this is one of more comprehensive portions of this whole map, and it's vital. You have to go through this. So when dealing with contractors, where do you look? First and foremost, referrals. Okay, and consider the source when asking for referrals. So somebody, you know what I mean, right? So yeah, pull your sphere, ask for referrals. Typically don't go to Craigslist. If they're posting on Craigslist, that means they need a job and they need money, okay? Shouldn't have to say much more upon that, that piece of it. So I've heard really good things about Angies List. I personally haven't utilized much, from an open source where somebody has said, here's who we use, or here's a list of potential contractors. We typically get most of our contracts through our personal sphere, and so just haven't had much experience there. And then job postings, this is more for a company posting that highlights, what they specialize in, and a deck company, a bathroom remodel company, things like that. That's, what we're bringing up here. Again, the sphere, the referral network that you have typically will provide a good start, okay? And I'm going to dive into that, what I exactly mean about that, all right? So, what do you ask? Here's a breakdown of everything that you ask, right? Experience, what do they love about their job? What do they hate? Any specializations, strengths, weaknesses? Just you want to quiz these folks. Really, one piece that is a big deal. What does their ideal client look like? How do you win with them, right? I've had several opportunities early on in our real estate investment career where we got a referral, they came in, they did the job, and it went horrible. Horrible. I can remember countless times that my wife would walk in after a day of them doing some work in a live-in fix and flip, and there is sheetrock dust, there's dirt, there's everything all over her prized furniture, and it just was a really bad scenario. It's like, how do you not clean up a little bit? Well, when you have dust everywhere, yeah, it's a pretty in-depth process. But I do like taking the time up front because it typically costs you less on the back end, right? If you go through here and really get an idea, right? I mean, in most cases, they're going to have their key responses to certain questions. What's your experience? You know, what do you love about your job? Any specializations? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Where's your pretty profile of everything that you've done? The second part of this list is a little off the cuff from what they're used to. So tell me about a time things went wrong. How did you handle yourself? Did you lose money? Did you pay for things to be right? You know, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for really some grit and ability to take responsibility for their faults, because it's construction, it's remodel, it's rehab. There's going to be challenges that come up. I can promise you every contractor has effed up, and we want to know how they responded in those scenarios. Okay. How to win with them. I really like this question a lot because it allows me to understand who they are. You know, their best communication style. So are they texters? Are they email? Is it only phone calls? A lot of them are traditionally phone calls with texts. But just to understand who this person is, you're going to be working with them really closely, and shit's going to go awry, and you need to know who you have that you're dealing with and how to have the conversations and best deal with them, right? And then one other piece of consideration is, do they have any existing vendor discounts? Sure, you've got the pro discount over at Home Depot, but anything else? Maybe they are more of a flooring specialist and they have some sort of setup. It's just good to ask. It's good to know, and then ask about who else they have in their network should they need some extra hands. Who do they go through for sheetrock? Who handles their woodwork? Just getting an understanding of who they are, how they operate, who they know, right? Because typically eagles are going to fly with eagles and donkeys are going to hang with donkeys. So if you find an eagle, you want to grab on and, ride their coattails as much as possible. So, all right, you're going to hate this next part, I promise you, because if you've downloaded this map, that means you're serious enough to make a minor investment, but it also shows me that you take action, right? And for a lot of us that take action, sometimes we just kind of bust through the door, right? And we just get after it. So it's like, oh, I need a sheetrock contractor. And the first one that comes through the door answers all your questions. Yeah, they're good to go. Let's get this project started, right? There's money on the line. Let's make this happen. Don't do that. Line up contractors. Go and interview at least 5. Chances are one contractor may not be the answer for all of your project if you're going the project route. So interview at least 5 different contractors. Yes, it takes time, but again, if you put time up front, it'll save you on the back end, right? So I've mentioned that this will make or break your project, and it absolutely will. I mean, a swing of $10,000 because of an oversight and a fix or something that goes wrong with the contractor can break your deal. It's worth it to interview at least 5. Obviously, they need to be qualified, licensed, bonded, so you're taken care of. Past performance, pictures, videos, invoices, work orders, so you can get a feel of how they operate, right? What does this look like? Is it a 30-day invoice? Is it a per project, per basis? How do they operate and how do they want to get paid? What do their workflows or schedules look like? Ask them to print out their schedule. Show me a list of your workflow, right? Because it should be somewhat broken down if you're doing a big project, right? So just things to consider when you're going through. And then obviously ask them if they have testimonials. That's a good first step. But what is a testimonial? It's probably their good buddy writing down how great they are, right? So this next piece is where we're really going to uncover the gold. This is the magic of the process. 10 references. Again, pain in the ass. It's no fun, but man, if you take the time and you find the right person, the whole process can be just a dream. After the fact and moving forward, your projects are just going to be that much better as a result. You get to know them, they get to know you, and you know a little bit of the dirt, right? So we want 2 personal, we want 3 past coworkers or their boss, former bosses, 2 current employees or partners, right? Somebody that's in their world, 3 past clients, and here's how this whole thing breaks down. With each person that they give you and contact information, that is a swipe, right? They're giving you somebody that's going to say something nice about him. They're going to, oh, John, he's great. He did this, he did that. He's an amazing human being, right? But what you need to ask is who else they know that knows John, right? You're looking for the second level of reference, right? So Aunt Susie, of course, has nice things to say about John. But what about Aunt Susie's friend, Martha, who kind of knows John? That's going to be a really good referral source. And then maybe ask Martha who she knows. Maybe Jimmy Bob. Well, you know what I'm saying. So you really want to go with what we refer to as 3 deep on this. You got your referral source. Ask them who they know. Ask them who they know. Ask them who they know that knows John. And then you're just asking all the same questions to each one of these because you're looking for, you know, a little point of separation, but just enough to give you consistency. So at each level, they're saying the same things. Oh yeah, you know, you get down to the 3rd level. Oh yeah, you know, John has always done a great job. Anytime I've ran into him, he's always been professional and courteous and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And you want all different walks of life. So personal, past coworkers or boss, current employees, partners, and then clients. That's going to be a big one. Because they're going to, well, first off, if they have a past client that will talk to you, let alone 3, it's a good indicator, right? So as you're going through, we just want to dive deep on this part of the world because it's going to make our lives so much better moving forward. So that's all we have for this video. Again, you can download this mind map, skip having to listen to me for 13 minutes and 44 seconds and kind of dive into it on your own. It's available for purchase, $9 on the site. So until next video, adios, have a great day. We'll talk soon.